On the next page discusses how a user may interact with this innovation. So a user enters a search term or topic into the query box and filters it based on specific region, time frame, categories, or certain engines such as videos, news, or shopping searches. The results are then displayed in two kinds of graphs, which I displayed here. This one is interest over time, and this one is regional interest. One of the big ideas incorporated into my innovation is very obviously the internet. Google Trends utilizes the internet and the millions of users it provides to collect its data, which makes it very reliable. The data is honest, uninfluenced, not skewed, and very diverse. Finally, I describe a little bit more about how the innovation consumes and produces data. Data is collected, categorized, connected to a topic, and filtered if necessary. Data that is excluded includes searches made by a very small amount of users, duplicate searches, which means the same searches from the same person more than once over a short period of time, and things like that. Again, the data may then produce charts to display the data to give users the ability to analyze and compare different search interests. The last prompt then asks about privacy concerns regarding search trends. I provide an example regarding the data I mentioned earlier about flu activity. Although Google publicly states that all the data used is anonymous and retains no identity information, IP addresses, or physical user locations, privacy groups are concerned that if Google wanted to see who exactly was the cause of a dangerous outbreak, for example, they would be able to use the tools to see who it came from. Here I have a list of references that I used to make my website. Number 6 was actually one of the most helpful sources for me, as it is the Google Trends Help Center and answered any questions I had about how they work, where the data comes from, etc. After collecting all the information I needed, I then had to put it all into a website, which is where I used coding. As you can see here, I used HTML and CSS styling on the cPanel file manager to make this website. You can see in the CSS style page all the ways to make a page look unique, whether it's by font sizing or styling, or a background color for different pages. It also allowed me to add a footer, which you saw on the bottom of every page, and to make buttons to make it easy to navigate throughout my website. Styling also allowed me to add padding and margins around images I embedded, which made the images look a lot cleaner. Going back, you may have noticed that on the top of each page I have a banner which includes my name, an image, and the topic of my innovation. I simply created this banner using an application called Pixlr, which you can see here. So I already uploaded an image. You can just take one off the internet or from an image saved on your computer, and you have the freedom and a lot of tools to add whatever you want. So for example, if I wanted to add text, I can do that. You can change the color of the text. You can change the size of the text. And you can move it around. This is a little big for the image I'm displaying. And you can see over here we have different layers. So I was able to add a bunch of cool stuff to make the banner my own. I'm gonna go back, so here it is again. So overall, coding, Pixlr, and all of the resources that I found online and in textbooks helped me create my website.